Hello, and good evening. I am Yaz, and you are welcome to the Lounge Academics. Today, you can see that I have somebody beside me, a new co-host, and this is Marvin.
KJ 2.0. We've upgraded the KJ.
We've upgraded. Yeah, today we're going to do a little something different. And I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
Because the last time we had you, you was on the other side, wasn't you?
Well, someone's been posing as me for all this time. So
really?
Now we're going to see who the real KJ is.
The real KJ. Okay. So we're going to twist things a little. And, you know, I've been waiting for this time a really, really long time.
This is absolutely mad.
And we have in the house the founder of Lounge Academics, KJ.
Make some noise. I don't know where you get this imposter from. Everyone's even trying to grow his beard like me.
Innit?
Everyone wants to be like KJ, man.
That's right. Everybody does. Minus the goatee.
I left my glasses at home too.
That's right. Yes.
So those that don't know and that are tuning in, this is KJ. He is the founder of Lounge Academics, and we want to find out more about KJ's. We always have him on this side, so I know that many of you have questions, and we're going to try and unwrap those questions and see if we can get KJ to know what it feels like to be on the other side.
The man behind the
plan.
We're going to dig into the man behind the plan, because this is the man who's presenting all the conversations, the topics, and you know, we don't always get to hear the view of the man. So, you know, today will be a good day to really kind of hear the real KJ, not KJ the host, but KJ the man behind the scenes. So KJ,
yes, blue.
Many want to know. Thank you.
Lovely and blue, by the way.
Blue, boy, bright.
Coordinated.
See my forehead in there, boy.
Thank you. Anyway, back to you. Sorry. Yes, KJ. Those many people really want to know, why Lounge Academics? What's the story behind Lounge Academics? Where did Lounge Academics come from? How did it start?
Wow.
Tell me.
Wow,
Can we,
big question.
Before we even get into that, I just want to say, do you have a topic today?
Do I have a topic?
Yeah, because
you guys interviewing me, you know.
Yeah,
why
but
am I gonna have the topic?
Because you're the guest.
We're doing things different.
We're doing things differently. So, do you have a topic today? What's been on your mind today?
I don't. Well, it's always on my mind. Lounge Academics is always on my mind, I guess. So, I think. Do you know what my topic is? My topic is about human advancement and advancing human potential, and that's at the core of who I am. That's the core of the Lounge Academics brand. It's always on my mind in getting the best out of people and getting people to see the best in themselves. So I guess that's my running theme. That's my topic. So that could be my topic.
Human advancement.
Yeah, man.
Human
I like it.
Advancing human potential.
Okay. So tell us, KJ.
Yo.
Lounge Academics. How did it start?
Wow. Where do we start? Look, man. Listen. Do you know, everyone has a start. Everyone has a journey. And for me, I was that guy who, I'm an only child, so for everyone out there, I know you can relate to this, all the only children out there, I got love for you, I respect you, man, I'm with you, I'm that brother you never had. So, to put it straight, I was always a guy who, coming up, I never really had anyone before me in terms of siblings to show me the way. I come from a very tight-knit, close family. My parents were from Barbados, a pride little island.
Barbados.
Yes, a little
tiny
thing.
Major TV. Hey Matthew, I tell you one time.
So Barbados, obviously I've been a few times. My parents are from there, and for me growing up, it was somewhat a bit of a journey, man, having to navigate things socially, especially being an only child, right? Having to navigate spaces, get somewhere. When you're getting licks from people at school, there weren't no big brother that you could go.
What spaces are you referring to exactly in terms of the navigation?
Spaces in terms of just social interactions, man. Life, school, just general things from school. School was quite a journey. The light's just gone off, by the way, on top of the camera.
Wow, even on the other side, you're still working.
I'm still working, man. I can't relax. So I'm a perfectionist.
I'm disappointed.
Those spaces, like I said, mainly social interactions. And I think for me, being an only child, it was often very struggle. I found school being a real struggle.
Was that because you were an only child, or was there other reasons?
Yeah, because I think definitely coming up, I was one of those guys who didn't really find his groove in terms of my interests and what I wanted to do. You know, some people are naturally gifted and good at things.
Yeah.
I weren't that guy.
Yeah.
I weren't naturally some people could play football really well. There were some people that were gifted at music or doing something. I weren't that guy. So I think for me, I had to stumble through things to kind of find my way. So it would have been nice to have had maybe an older sibling or a brother to look up to kind of find that way in which to use as a model. So I guess I was carving my own path constantly as part of that process. So yeah, that's how the journey kind of started with me. And from that, one thing that I realized for myself, I struggled tremendously academically as well in school. I'm sure everyone can relate to this, or a lot of people can relate. Being in school, you know, I was that guy. You know, you had your different caricatures, right? You had your different characters. You had the bad man. You had the man that was the hardest man in the room.
Was you the bad man?
No, bro, I'm getting to me. Trust me. I'm warming you guys up. So the bad man was that guy who, you know, he was the hardest man in the year. No one wanted to
when
test
he walks
him.
by, you go to the next side of the corridor.
You understand? That was the man who was robbing everybody. He was that brother. I weren't that guy. There was also, you know, there was the girl named Sugar. There was a man the sweet boy.
All the girls them did love
all the girls used to
yeah,
just love.
yeah.
When he was there, man used to just, oh my god,
he's so nice.
He's nice.
He's got nice hair, curly hair.
Well, I weren't that guy, right? I weren't that guy. Then you had the Joker, right? So you had the guy who used to laugh at everybody's expense. You said Benner, you said Crease, whatever. I was that guy.
The victim.
I was
the victim.
The victim. Nah, man. I used to laugh at the victims.
Oh,
We're talking about,
so you're the class clown.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say the class clown, but there was the Joker who used to laugh at people. You understand?
Okay.
So people.
So that trip up, get broke up,
right?
they're bending up laughing.
My laughter, you can hear.
Oh, that annoying laugh.
Like, don't laugh.
The laugh.
People are laughing because they can hear your laugh.
Yeah. It's me that you can hear. So that I was that guy. And the thing with me, actually, I was very good at school. So good in the sense of behavior. So academically, I struggled, but I wasn't that guy that you would kick out of class.
Yeah.
So teachers found it very difficult. They're like, boy, he's not really getting this stuff. But at the same time, he's one of the first people at school. He's in class. On time. He doesn't play the clown.
How would you use?
He doesn't get kicked out.
So how did you use your time in terms of if you wasn't academically strong? You wasn't performing in sports. You wasn't the bad kid. You was kind of the guy that would laugh and, you know, kind of get everyone laughing. What did you do well then in terms of what helped you survive in that environment? Because you must have had something.
That's a good question. Something I realised though, alongside the nice buffer to school, was my home life was so blessed.
Okay.
Like mumsy, dad. I was one of those kids that was spoiled rotten. So for whatever hardships I had in school, in the social institutions, was made up for at home. Okay. My childhood was milk and cookies, man. You know, I was privileged. I'm serious. I ain't even gonna lie. The real talk. My relationship with my mum was tremendous. God rest her soul. My relationship with my dad was cool as well. I weren't that guy that didn't have a visible male role model. I was cool. The thing, I think the harsh reality for me is when I hit social interactions in school. That's when I saw how broke up everybody was.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Was this with men, boys or girls, or was it with older, younger people? Where did you have the most challenge?
I think when I'm talking about, and I don't know why this guy's sniggering, he sounds like a hyena.
Because it must be really interesting for the camera guy.
He didn't know stuff about it.
In terms of the social interactions, it's more about it's more about school, just the environment of school. I liken school to a prison, you know. I'm gonna be real, and let me just build this up for you. And this is why maybe I need to hash it out a bit more to tell you what I mean. I think for school was about survival for a lot of people. So
sorry, can you say what school you went to?
No, I'm gonna go there. That school's. It's not actually. It was
still
back
around.
in the day. It is. It was back in the day. It was called George Orwell School.
Oh wow!
But now it's called. It's called Islington. It's called the School of Islington. I think Islington Arts and Media. I think is what it's called now. But previously, it used to be called Tollington Park, way before my time. Then it steps up to George Orwell. I think they closed down slightly after I got my GCSEs, thankfully. I moved on by that time. But they closed it down and it reopened as Islington Arts and Media.
Okay.
And at school, I think for me, it was a matter of survival, because like I said before, I didn't have no older siblings.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how it goes. When you're at school and you're going in, and I'm not the biggest guy either when I talk about height. So, you know, I was kind of vertically challenged in that respect, yeah. So being
I feel you.
a short guy at school, that's one for being a target. People often try to target you because of you being the smallest guy. So bullying and them kind of things that people try to do. But I was one of those guys that, because of how I was raised, bullying weren't gonna happen.
Yeah,
so you beat me into the ground, but you're gonna have a chunk of your leg out as a result of that journey. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, it was really about survival. So that's how I can relate to why some of the youths and the young guys coming up now, it's a harsh place to be in school. So often navigating social relationships with people from different cultural backgrounds, racism. There was I didn't have the hardcore experience from back in the day of where people are being chased and being called a wog or the N-word or whatever, right, and being beaten. I didn't have those encounters, but you knew it was there. Do you understand?
Covert sort of stuff.
It was like a covert, and particularly from the education, from the teachers as well. They clearly saw me as just like, oh, this is just some other guy, he's another statistic.
Was you one of those students? You kind of remind me of one of those students probably challenged the teachers and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
And
that was the thing, and I think the thing for me is there's a level of intellect that I bring to that, and that's from I've got to thank my mum and my family for that, because they gave me tools and ways to challenge people in a way that wouldn't be seen as aggressive, but it definitely rubbed teachers up the wrong way. They didn't like having to. They're like, who's this little guy questioning me?
But little guy, but kind of bold, right?
Definitely.
Kind of bold.
Yeah.
What was the kind of things that you would challenge your teachers on? Like, can you? Is there a time that you can remember?
So one thing I was big on, like I said, when Suaveless Marv asked me the question around what I was navigating and how I coped or whatever, come and link into that question. One thing that was big about me was my sense of blackness and who I am as an identity, and that was built from my mum. So I was a big fan of, and I was very much immersed in supplementary school education. So on the weekends, on Saturdays, I used to go to Saturday school because I didn't really get the academia, right? So where I should have been at, according to key stages or whatever, I wasn't there. And that was being complemented or buffered through the Saturday school environment. And through that, an add-on to doing your English and maths and science was learning about yourself, your history, your identity. And I loved that.
Did your school do that?
No.
Okay.
I got that
The
from
Saturday,
supplementary, from the
Saturday school,
which my mum and dad and all of them pushed. And at home also, I had a strong study ethic. So my mum was the type of person, anything I didn't know about my history, about myself, my mum made sure there was a book for me to find that out in. And I'll be like, yo mum, so who's this guy? When we're talking about racism and all this and ever, why are we being called wogs? Why is that all about? What's it? She's like, oh no, there's a book over there right for you.
I can imagine you came out the womb with her like a book, didn't you?
Yeah, trust me.
Like,
my glasses and everything.
With the library card.
So that was it for me. So I had that kind of influence from my parents. Do you know what I mean? So I think that, to answer your question, that kind of helped that was a nice buffer to kind of interact or to challenge the negativity I got within the institution of school. But like as you were saying, yes, where there was particular tensions in the classroom now was when I would challenge people about history and stuff like that. So when teachers were talking about slavery and using slave, I'm like, yeah, but our history goes beyond that, man. That's a part of
surface level stuff.
Exactly. So that's where I think there were some issues for them, and obviously I'm calling them out on things that they weren't equipped to answer themselves because they didn't know and they were very ignorant to. So that was highlighted. Yeah,
you showed them up.
And when the focus was all about Martin Luther King, like, you know, he was a vanguard for blackness and whatever at the time, right? Particularly from a westernized, Eurocentric point of view. I very much was bringing out, you know, when I was talking about the Harriet Tubmans and the Malcolm X's, right, and all that, and talking about this, and obviously at that time Malcolm X was very much demonized, but I'm like, yeah, but he changed his ways by that time. So it was usually those environments. It was history, class content being taught. I'm like, nah, I don't really agree with this. I think it should have gone.
You're challenging the establishment essentially from a young age.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so.
So